Hello, thanks for stopping by today. If you are interested in the supplies and measurements for today's card, there is a link in the information section below to the blog post with all the information. Here's today's idea, and for this one I use the Nature's Thought or Positive Thoughts stamp set, and it was this image, and I also use the Nature's Thought dies, here it is, to cut it out. And I also used this piece, I don't know what you would call it, strip, to do this piece. And as you can see, this is longer. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of things, a way to fix that. And for the embossing, I use the Greenery, this one, embossing folder. And if you look, it's not wide enough. So I have another hint for you with that. So with that, let's get started with all the ideas for it. All right, so I'm going to move that there, and I'm going to pull in my measurements, and it's real simple. It's just a Whisper White card base. All right, and I'm going to burnish it and fold it. Now, this is 3 3/4 by 5. This is only about 3 inches wide. So, and if you look, if you put this in here, you're going to get that top piece. So I'm going to show you a way to emboss it and not get that piece, and how to extend it. So what you're going to need is, I don't know if you've saved them, but I have plates that have broken. So I save them. And then this plate is going to go on top of here like so. You don't want it up in there because it will emboss that. So I'm going to go put this through my Big Shot, and I'll be back. Okay. As you can see, I have this side embossed. There's nothing over here, but I didn't get that image at the top. So what I'm going to take and do, and this one's a little bit trickier, is I'm going to take and I'm going to put it even with this side. And when this one broke, I got another little piece that I'm going to use to emboss this area, and you will have to send this through twice to get it, and you have to do it this way so that you're only getting this piece, you're not getting this long piece there, and you've got to avoid that. So let me do this one and I'll be back. All right, so I've got that piece done, and I just barely caught that. But what you can take and do is use your bone folder and just kind of go over it back and forth, and it disappears. And if it doesn't, just put something over top of it. All right, now let me get this back in here. I shouldn't have pulled that out, but that's all right. I'll get it. All right, there, it popped in. If you do the side where it's debossed, it's indented, it just kind of pops in. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to emboss this piece. Okay, there it is. Not hard. I have done this also where I have created almost a shim with cardstock. And so you would cut your cardstock at an angle and put it down there, so it would almost be like, actually it was like the backing off of some of our paper, and you just have to layer it up until you get the number of layers you need. So 2 different ways to do it. So now that I have that done, let me get this stuff out of the way, and this is going to go on my card like so, and I'm going to put tearing tape across the bottom because it is embossed. And I'll come up the side like so, just because it's embossed, and I want to make sure it sticks down really good. Now for the rest of that, I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal, and I'm just going to get it ready to go. So I'm just turning it so that I get the there. I've got it at the top tip. And you pull it up and twist. The key is not to go fast. We all have a tendency to go too fast. So it's pull, up, twist. All right. Now I can take and remove my backing. Didn't burnish. Good thing I caught that. It would have all come up. All right. Here's that one. And here's this one. I thought I would just show you a way to use some of the things you have in different ways. All right, so I've got that. Now, I need to create this piece, and I've already done it, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So with this one, let me get my plates out. What you want to do is you want to take your piece, you want to put it down, and this is a long one, so put it at an angle. And you're going to put it down, and then I use tape, painter's tape, to hold it in place so it doesn't move. Because you're doing it at an angle, it might move on you. So you do not want to cut this end. Ooh, that one came up. Flip it around. That piece probably has something on it. So you're going to take your plate and you're going to put it on so that it's not all the way to the end. And you're going to run this through your Big Shot. Okay. And what happens when you take this off is you can see it hasn't cut all the way. So I'll show you what to do, but I'm not going to do it. So you're going to get that. It'll kind of pop in there, and you tape it in place again, because the key is it cannot move on you. And this time when you run it through, and it's best if you pull this down some, because, did I do that right? Yeah. When you put, I forgot something. When you put this down, take this top one and put it up one. And then see, it kind of pops in. And then I'm going to do this. Leave yourself some space here so you can see. And then you put your plate on this time and you go this way. You can't go the other way or you're going to cut it. So this way is how I'm going to cut this one. Okay, I got it. And there's a couple of hints I wanted to give you that I ran into trouble. And the reason I did is when you put this down, where's my die? Okay, so a couple of hints. When you put this down, like this is where I cut it, make sure that this piece goes up higher and it kind of locks into place. It will. And after you tape it down to your paper, take this first piece that will cut and hang it off the edge. Then take your paper or your plate, put it on the top. This piece won't cut because there's nothing there. So that's how you do it. All right, now that I've got this done, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna trim this. Let's see, I gotta trim it. That one worked out perfect. Why doesn't this one? Oh, I think I think it hangs off just a little bit, but you don't really see it. So you want to trim the ends off. So when you start with a piece, start with a piece that is a lot longer than what you need to make it. All right? Now I'm going to put this on, and to do that, I'm going to pull out my craft mat and my sponge and a container. I shared this in a Facebook Live I did. You take and you put your sponge, and this one's always for glue, so it's stored in here, and this is just an old baby food container, and you want to put a little bit of glue on here, and you're just going to dab the back. When you need more glue, go get it, and you're just going to add your glue to the back of this, and then this is going to go on your card like so, and it'll stick down and you don't have a lot of mess. So this set aside, let it dry, and you can wipe it off. So now that we've got our background done, it's time to stamp our image. And I took the flower and I stamped it. Now this turns out really dark, but as it dries, it lightens up. And then you're going to take your die, and there's a trick to lining this up. What I do is there's one part that sticks way out, and I take the part on the die that sticks out and I put it together, and you're going to run this through your die machine, and you get this. See? Look at how much it's lightened up. This goes on with dimensionals. All right, it goes on with dimensionals. And I'm just going to put like 3 on the back. And like so. Then I'm going to use my pokey tool. Take the backing off. I think I'm going to use my pokey tool. Doesn't want to take it off. All right. And I'm going to add that to my card base. And then those glitter dots, gold glitter dots, I'm going to add one of the big ones right in the center. And remember, bend your plastic back and stick your pokey tool underneath and pick it up. If you try to stick your pokey tool underneath this way, you're going to separate it and you'll never be able to use it again. And there we go. And don't forget to do the inside and the envelope. If you have enjoyed today's video, would you please give it a thumbs up, which is a like on YouTube. I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. Click the button below. If you want to be notified when I upload a video, click the bell next to the subscribe button. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope I inspired you with today's creation. Have a great day.